Hello everybody, welcome to this video. We're going to talk about writing with inequality notation. As always, before you start your work, add your name to the title of the slides and share the slides with me as an editor. When you're done, you can turn this website link into Canvas. If you want to split screen this video on a Chromebook, press Alt and this bracket button. As always, watch this video in a separate tab by clicking the YouTube button. Let's begin. The first thing we need to do is talk about these two definitions, inequality and notation. An inequality is any kind of relationship or relation between two expressions that are not equal. So anytime we have two mathematical expressions that are not equal, we can write that using an inequality. And notation is a series or system of written symbols used to represent numbers, amounts, or elements, and this appears in music or math. So it's essentially the way we are writing something. And so today we're going to talk about how we write inequalities. So the first type of inequality we have is greater than. And we use this greater than symbol when something is greater than something else, but it's not equal. So this is our greater than symbol. And anytime you're looking at a number line and you see an open circle, that means that that number is not included. So we know that something is greater than it, but not equal. So we use an open circle to say that it is not going to be equal to that thing. It is not included. So in this first example, we have x is greater than -4. I'm just using a variable x, looking at this number line, and everything to the right of -4 is what x could be. So x is greater than -4. So it can be any number greater than -4. In this second example, we see x is greater than 0. So x could be any number greater than 0. X is greater than 0. And in this last example, we have x is greater than 2. So again, x can be any number greater than 2, but not equal to 2. Now let's talk about greater than or equal to. And for greater than or equal to, we use this symbol here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is just copy that symbol, right click, copy so that we can paste it into our box. So we use this symbol when something is greater than something else, or it could also be equal to that number. So we're keeping the possibilities open. And when we're looking at a number line, we use a closed circle because a closed circle means that number is included, or that number, we could be equal to that number. So in this first example, we have negative, sorry, we're going to choose a variable x greater than or equal to -2. And again, I just copied and pasted that symbol from here. So this says x is greater than or equal to 2. So x could be any number including -2, anything greater than -2. In this second example, we have x is greater than or equal to 1. So x can be any number greater than 1. It could also be the number 1. So x is greater than or equal to 1. And our last example, we have x is greater than or equal to -3. So x can be any number greater than -3, including -3. Our third inequality symbol is less than, and we use this when something is less than something else, but not equal. So we know it could be anything less than it, but not equal to it. And again, for this, we're using a an open circle because we know it could not be equal to that number. It could only be everything less than that number. So in this first example, we have x is less than 5. We have an open circle on 5, and x could be anything less than 5. In the second example, we have x is less than 0. X can be any number less than 0, but it could not be the number 0. And our last example, we have x is less than -2. Last but not least, we have the less than or equal to symbol, which is right here. And again, when you're doing this activity, you might just want to copy that symbol so you can easily paste it into our box down here. So we use this symbol when something is less than something else, and it could also be equal. Again, a closed circle means that number is included. Typo right there. So a closed circle means that that number is included, meaning our variable could be equal to that number, or it could be anything less than that number. So let's do some examples. Our first example, we have x is less than or equal to 4. In our second example, we have x is less than or equal to 0. Here, x could be any number including 0 or any number less than 0. Is less than or equal to 0. In our last example, we have x is less than or equal to -2. X can be any number less than or equal to -2. And that is all the examples we have. This is a brief introduction to writing inequalities. Let me know if you have any questions about this. Thank you.